So I feel like lately I've been getting a lot of questions specifically about menopause and how you can increase your fat burning, how you can still achieve your goals when you are going through menopause or perimenopause. Or I know a lot of people think that you can't hit your goals if you are going through menopause, but that's not true. So yes, there are a lot of hormone changes going on when you are going through menopause, and that is totally normal. Of course, you're going to experience some type of side effects from all of this whole experience, but it does not mean that you can't achieve your wellness goals, especially if fat loss is one that you're looking to achieve. So in today's video, I want to talk about how you can actually achieve fat loss while also being in menopause. And it really all comes down to working with your hormones rather against them. Now, first off, if you are taking any type of medication in order to handle the menopause or symptoms of menopause, of course, make sure to talk with your doctor, because only your doctor will be able to tell you if what you're doing will have any interaction going on with the drugs that you're utilizing for it. But anyway, if you're wondering who I am, you're new to my channel, my name's Autumn and I'm a certified clinical nutritionist with my master's in nutrition and human performance. So typically I'm talking about things like intermittent fasting, anxiety, how to increase your energy levels, how to get better sleep, hormone balance in general. So this topic is a little bit new to my channel, but it is a really important one, so I did want to bring it up today. So when you're going through menopause, there's a couple different main hormone changes that are going on within your body that are causing a lot of the symptoms. Now again, we're really only focusing on fat loss with this video, so hot flashes, all those other types of symptoms, we're not going to be addressing those in this video, just the fat loss. And that fat loss is really tied to the fact that your testosterone is decreasing. Now, testosterone is something that we normally think of as like a dude hormone, or like a guy hormone, right? But women actually need it too. In fact, I've talked about XIOMARA before on my channel, who has followed my complete intermittent fasting bundle guidelines in order to naturally increase her testosterone levels into normal range without using any medication. And as a result, she was able to also lose weight that she'd been trying to lose for a while. So testosterone is typically thought of as like the muscle building, but it also goes along with fat burning. Now, just taking testosterone doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually going to raise your testosterone levels, which seems counterintuitive, but it's really exemplified, like I mentioned, with XIOMARA'S story. And I'm actually going to link her whole story down in my description below so that you can check that out if you want to. But with XIOMARA, she had low testosterone, she was not menopausal, and her doctor put her on testosterone for about, I believe it was 1 or 2 years, and it actually made her testosterone levels get lower, which is pretty crazy. But not if you know how negative feedback works, which I do also talk about in the melatonin video. Highly recommend you check that out right here. So just because you're providing your body a hormone, it doesn't mean that you're actually going to increase the levels, because your body will start to decrease what it's making naturally. So if testosterone is one of the answers for how to naturally tap further into your fat burning mechanisms and achieve your wellness goals, especially during menopause, we want to look at some natural ways to increase your testosterone levels and the production that your body's actually making of those testosterone levels. But first of all, let's look at what decreases testosterone. So of course, with menopause, you're naturally going to have a decrease in testosterone, but there's some other really important things that also cause decrease in testosterone, regardless of what age you're at or what period of life you're at. First one is medication. Ironically, actually medication that is used to combat the menopause symptoms. So typically some people will use estrogen in order to combat, hot flashes, but this can actually inhibit that testosterone production, which can lead to weight gain. Second one is eating often. The studies have found that when you eat, it actually, again, inhibits the production of testosterone. And that's why typically with intermittent fasting, most people will see not only an increase in testosterone, but an increase in muscle growth, as well as tapping into their fat burning mechanisms. And like I mentioned, I have so many videos on intermittent fasting. So if you are new to this, I'll link the whole playlist right here. So you can just check out all of them, binge them, get everything you need to know about intermittent fasting there. Okay, now the third thing is stress. And this one is huge because there have been multiple studies that have found an inverse relationship between the stress hormone cortisol and total testosterone. Now what this means is that as cortisol, your stress hormone, goes up, it starts to decrease total testosterone. And when I talk about the stress hormone, this doesn't necessarily mean just emotional stress. And that's what I'm always stressing. That stress doesn't just come from how we feel, but also physical stress, environmental stress, chemical stress. There's all different types of stressors. So even exercising too much or too little, that can be a stressor on your body. Sitting too often is a huge stressor on the body. Of course, emotional stress is a massive factor as well. There are tons of different types of stresses, and that's actually something that I really dive deep into in the Level Up Guide, which is part 2 of the intermittent fasting bundle. I have the whole hormone balancing pro section on there, and it covers how to reduce all areas of these stressors. Okay, so now the big question. How do we naturally increase our testosterone levels so that you can increase your fat burning even when you're going through menopause? Now, testosterone is supposed to be highest in the morning. So one of the easiest ways to take advantage of that is to actually utilize intermittent fasting, especially with your fasting period being in the morning. Because remember, eating shuts off testosterone production. So if you utilize intermittent fasting while utilizing it properly, which is key, then this in itself can increase your testosterone levels naturally. And you're taking advantage of the fact that the morning is when you're already going to be producing more testosterone anyway. Okay, number 2, lowering your stress levels. And again, not just emotional stress, physical stress, environmental stress, chemical stress. It can be really easy sometimes to look at your own lifestyle and think, I'm not stressed. I'm not experiencing stress or tension. But again, that's just the one type of stress. So I highly recommend encouraging you to take a look at your whole routine, really binge a lot of my videos on wellness and stress, check out the hormone balancing protocol within the Level Up Guide. All of this will really cover the different aspects of stress so that you can lower it, because remember, there is that inverse relationship with cortisol and testosterone. So we want to take advantage of the fact that if we can lower our cortisol, then we can raise our testosterone. Okay, and the last one, get better sleep. Most people aren't getting enough sleep or enough high quality sleep. And studies are showing that when you have poor sleep or low sleep, that it's going to naturally increase your cortisol, that stress hormone, the next day. And remember, cortisol decreases testosterone. Looking at your whole life approach rather than just taking a testosterone medication, which as we've seen with XIOMARA doesn't necessarily work. It's addressing the things that are actually causing a decrease in testosterone and at least trying to increase it as much as possible while going through menopause. And doing it all in a natural way. And one really great way also to decrease your stress levels is utilizing more walking and maybe even cutting out some of the running. If you are a runner or if you don't walk very much, highly recommend that you check out this video next. It really covers the details on the science behind this. Also, if you love this science-backed information and you want to empower yourself with how to feel good again, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out with new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next video.